friendly little game of King of the Hill. In 2004, Devon Fulks is leading the Since 1932, the Catamounts of Western Carolina and the Mountaineers of Appalachian State have been getting together for a friendly little game of King of the Hill. In 2004, Devon Fulks is leading the charge up the hill for Appalachian State. Fulks is a front runner for the Peyton Award, given to the top college player in Division I AA. It's been a frustrating season for the Catamounts, and a win over their mountain neighbor would be like an answer to a prayer. It's Western Carolina and Appalachian State on CSED. Welcome you to E.J. Whitmire Stadium on the campus of Western Carolina University in Cullowhee, North Carolina. And good afternoon, everybody. Gary Williams alongside my partner, Rod Smith. This is the kind of stuff we love, Rod. These two teams get together once a year to tell each other how much they hate each other. For Western Carolina, a little bit of a disappointing season, but they've been good defensively, and they've been led by a true freshman.
Yeah, and that freshman is Travis Hill, the inside linebacker. Talking to Coach Jeff Collins, he said that this guy has been preparing to play as a starter since the day he walked on campus. Listen to the words they use when they talk about him: physical, aggressive, nasty, tough. You put that together with his preparation, he's going to be a pain in the neck for Southern Conference offensive coordinators for years to come.
For Appalachian State, they're not a one-man team, but one guy is having one of the great years in Southern Conference history. Truly in 1AA history, it's Devon Fulks.
Yeah, Devon Fulks is far and away the very best wide receiver in 1AA football. He's only 5'9", 160 pounds soaking wet. You think you can wear him down? Wrong. The guy is in the best physical condition of anybody on the field today. The guy returns kicks, he returns punts, he'll even carry the ball in the backfield. He plays every offensive snap. He goes 17 catches for 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. Last time he teed it up, his numbers are insane.
Well, it is a beautiful late afternoon day tucked in the Nantahala National Forest. They call it the Battle for the Old Mountain Jug, and it's senior day at Western, and it's coming up next on CSED. We welcome you back to Cullowhee on the campus of Western Carolina University. We're minutes away from Western Carolina and Appalachian State. And let's join our third member of our crew, Shannon Spake, who's down on the sideline. Shannon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gary. Now, Western Carolina has not had their hands on the Old Mountain Jug since 1998, when Carolina Panther Brad Hoover helped lead the Catamounts to victory. It was a 23-6 victory. Now, earlier this week, some of the guys on the team, the Western Carolina team, have been overheard saying, "I'm going to be Hoover, I'm going to be Hoover," hoping to rekindle some of the fire from that game back in 1998. I had a chance to catch up with Hoover earlier this week and ask him how he felt about those chants.
It makes me feel good. I mean, I respect all the coaches out there and the players that play hard. And the last time we actually beat App State was my junior year. So, in a way, that's a compliment. But I wish them the best of luck, and I hope they do beat App State.
Game for Brad Hoover. He ran for 49 times for 195 yards. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Shannon. We look forward to being with you all afternoon. Well, the weather, it couldn't be any better. It is a perfect mid-November afternoon, 54 degrees. The sun is setting in the mountains of the Nantahala National Forest, and we're looking forward to something that really, you know what, Sports Illustrated years ago called this the best rivalry, Rod, that nobody's ever heard of. We live in the great state of North Carolina. We know all about it. And these players know all about it. It's like playing your brother once a year, and you want to prove to him you're still tough.
Well, App State has won 18 of the last 19 meetings between these two ball clubs, so they don't consider it a big rivalry. Well, that was until Hoover ran up and down their throat and beat those guys in 98, and ever since then, it's been very highly contested. And the margin of victory for App State in those 18 victories has only been 9.4 points. I mean, 12 of those games are decided by 3 points or less, so it's a very highly contested battle, and Western takes it very, very seriously.
You know how serious it is if you look at the attire of these two teams today. A little bit unusual. Appalachian State rarely wears black breeches on the road, and Western Carolina has not worn purple breeches since 1996. It goes to show you how different this thing is and how important it is to both programs and both of their alumni bases and their student bodies.
Well, I think that speaks to the point of how important this game is to both of these coaching staffs, to change up their uniforms, change up what they normally do, to try to add a spark to their team, to get them fired up and ready to play. I remember playing back at Notre Dame. Coach Holtz put us in the green jerseys against Florida in the Sugar Bowl way back in 1992, and it worked with the victory. Thank goodness, because at the time we were undefeated in those things.
When we come back, we'll have the kickoff from Cullowhee, Western Carolina, Appalachian State, the battle for the jug, and the kickoff. It's coming up next. Off on C-set, this Southern Conference finale for Appalachian State. Western Carolina's got one more game left, but this one is the big one for them. Sean Rouser's going to kick it off. And the man, Devon Falks, who goes for a number of records today. Southern Conference in 1AA is back to receive. We're underway from Cullowhee, and Falks has got it at the 6. And he's taken down at the 23. And that's where Appalachian State will get started. Darius Fudge on the tackle. And Rod, for Appalachian State, we talked about Devon Falks, and we'll talk a lot about him, but Richie Williams kind of gets lost in the shuffle. He's having a phenomenal year. Yeah,
he's also on the Walter Payton Award list for the 1AA Player of the Year. He's been outstanding. He's not just a guy that can make plays when he's in the pocket. He's actually most dangerous when he breaks contain and has a chance to throw on the run. He's an outstanding player.
Split double wide left. Atwater, the lone back, who's going to go in motion on 1st and 10 from the 23. And right away, Falks is going to throw the football. He's got a man wide open, and he just overthrows him. Hans Bidischon was wide open, and Jerry Moore, Rod, doesn't waste any time. Devon Falks can do everything. We just saw him throw a football 50 yards.
What a great first call of the game. You know Western's fired up. Put the ball in the hands of your very, very best player. Let him make a throw. A gadget play. Got the man wide open down the field. Great call.
Williams will look to the sideline for the call. And there'll be a lot of no huddle today. This is an offense that goes up and down the field. Their time of possession is not overly outstanding because they score so quickly. And on 2nd down, Williams is flushed. And he throws it at the feet of Zach Johnson. Let's take a look at the offensive line first of Appalachian State, the offensive unit. Oliver Brown, Suttle, Grull, and Eisenhower, a group that's been intact for most of the year. Falks, Bettis, Chavis, Johnson, and Atwater. Atwater does not carry the ball much out of the backfield in that one-back set. And right away, it'd be a great start, Rod, if Western could get a stop and go 3 and out.
Oh, absolutely. Now we got spread formation. Obviously, the ball is going to be put in the air here. Something short and try to have the guy run for the first down.
In 5 wide, Falks gets it, and he gets up to the 33, and the ball comes loose. No call yet. The officials...
I thought he was down.
The officials are saying he was down.
Yeah, he was down. Yeah, both knees hit the ground. Yeah, all you want to do here is just get the ball underneath the coverage. They're playing a lot of zone. Get it in Falks' hand and let him run for the first down. Great call.
And he does get that first down, so the first reception for Falks, and we will keep track not only of his receiving yards, his all-purpose yardage, and even though the Appalachian State coaches wouldn't say it publicly, all those records are important to them today as well. Atwater on the carry, gets to the sideline. There's a flag thrown. He gets to midfield. This play might be coming back.
Yeah, we've got holding.
The tackle by the timeout, number 2, Franklin Brown. There is a penalty flag on the play.
You know, Alan Atwater, I mentioned he only has 103 carries on the season for 407 yards. A very different offense from a year ago where the back is not featured, and that was a very nice carry for him. Atwater saying that it was a face mask.
During the run, 5-yard face mask foul on the defense, number 16. That penalty will be tacked on to the end of the run, first down.
O.J. Owens on the infraction, so Atwater with a very good carry on first down. And it was the less penal of the two face mask penalties. He wasn't a flagrant. So already Appalachian State across midfield at the 45-yard line of the Catamounts, and Richie Williams stays in that shotgun on first down. Back to throw again, good time. He throws it wide right of his intended target, Victor Chavis. All these other receivers, Rob, when you were talking to the coaches, before we do that, let's take a look at the defensive unit for Western Carolina. It's really had a very good year statistically. Reese, Foster, Reed, and Coffin on the defensive line. And we talked about one particular linebacker, Travis Hill in the open, Jada Sullivan, James Conklin, the other linebackers, and Lee Brown Nesby and Francis Brown, the other corner. Atwater again on the carry and gets upfield for about a gain of 1.5 yards. It'll be third down. Darvin Coffin on the tackle. Rod, you know, early in the week, you saw that throw to Chavis, and one thing that you tried to find out, how is it that Folks still gets the ball every week, and these other receivers, they all have between 15 and 20 catches. He's got 98.
Yeah, well, even when what teams have been doing against App State is playing a lot of zone blitz coverage, and in that kind of defense, you really can't counter one particular guy. And Folks has done a great job of finding the hole between the zones, sitting down and allowing his quarterback a lane for the football team.
And on third down, a big play made by the Catamount defense. Richie Williams, who's one of the more elusive running quarterbacks in this league, gets taken down at midfield.
But what you have pressure right up the middle. That's the best way to disrupt the quarterback's ability to complete balls down the field. Not blitz guys off the edge, but have your big guys up front, whip offensive guards, whip offensive centers, and get pressure right in the face of the quarterback.
Mountaineers are forced to punt here from their own 49. In Western, the kind of start that they needed. You know, emotionally they were jacked up, and to come out and force a punt on this first series has got to make them feel very good defensively. That ball is going to be fielded on the 12-yard line, and it's taken up to about the 16 by Francis Brown, one of the better returners in the Southern Conference. So Western will go on the attack from their own 12-yard line. And for Western, it's really been a lot of shuffling of quarterbacks. Nobody has really established himself. Rod, there's been injuries. And Ben Swigert's going to get the start today. He has missed 4 weeks, and the coaches made it very clear to us he's going to be on a short leash today.
Well, he started his career at South Carolina and then moved over here to quarterback Western. He's been born to throw the football. He's been to every camp. His father's been working on his technique since he was 10 years old. This guy has been made a la Tom Maranovich to throw the football.
And Western also going out of the shotgun on first down, going 4 wide on the bubble screen. Nothing doing. That play was snuffed out very well by an Appalachian State defense that has been absolutely brutal on the road. It's amazing the dichotomy between the way they play defensively at home and on the road. A very good play on first down. And you look at Bennett Swigert's numbers, they're very average. But you know what? You look at all 3 quarterbacks, their numbers are very, very similar. They've split time all the way through in the first 9 games of the season.
Also, Swigert's been injured quite a bit. He's had a bad shoulder, so it's limiting his ability to perform. You know, given some protection, which is a big if. He's been sacked. They've been sacked 20 times as a team, which is tied for worst in the conference.
Darius Fudge has got it all the way up to the 50. He's at the 45, at the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line, picking his way, bounced it outside, got through a great hole created by the offensive line.
All you have is a little inside trap, a draw play, and I'll tell you what, you watch Michael Redder, number 15, down the field here blocking, creates another 20 yards of offense for his team. That's a great block. And Michael Redder makes this play. Gets a trap, draw, ball on the sidelines, and now you've got receivers hustling downfield, knocking guys around, trying to make a play, gives his team another 20 yards of offense.
Darius Fudge with the big carry, and Western on the attack at the 37-yard line of the Mountaineers. A 48-yard run, the reverse, and nothing doing. That play is snuffed out. Terrific defensive play by Monty Smith. And Swigert tried to sell that quite nicely. And we look at the Western Carolina offensive line: Donaldson, McAlmont, Ryan Sanders, and Singletary. Another line like Appalachians that's played a lot together: Reeder, Goddard, Neshwat, Bush, and Fudge, the guy who had the 48-yard run. And of course, Ben Swigert, your quarterback, and he's back in the shotgun on 3rd and long, 3rd and 19 from their 46-yard line. 2nd and 19, pardon me. Swigert flips it out wide, and Wishart breaks one tackle and gets it back down just ahead of the original line of scrimmage. It'll set up about a 3rd and 8 on the Appalachian State 35-yard line. And we look at the defense of Appalachian State. I mentioned, Rod, the fact that they have really struggled on the road. Marcus Morell's had a very good year. Omar Byram, Joe Suter, Monty Smith up front. Mayfield, Carter, West, and Wuze, your linebackers, and Rogers, Wiggins, and Touchstone. They lost Corey Lynch in the 3rd game, and they've really had to kind of do it on the fly with a lot of young players in the secondary, particularly at corner. On 3rd down, Swigert over the middle, and that ball is fumbled, and it's fumbled out of bounds. So Western will retain possession, but it'll be 4th down on the 35-yard line.
The catch was completed. Forward progress was given. 4th down.
Michael Reeder on the catch. Forward progress to about the 34.5-yard line. And Western's going to go ahead and punt it away. Stephen Brown, who is their designated pooch punter, and you talk about being effective at that, he's punted 8 times, and all 8 have been down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Western Carolina's special teams are outstanding. They are better in every phase than App State. It's a way that they're going to have an advantage in this game to try to create field position, give App State's offense a long field. It's the only way they're going to stay in here defensively trying to stop this offense.
Well, I just put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, you did. Jinxed it.
We're going to go to a break. No score, 9:50 left. First quarter from Cullowhee, Western Carolina and App State for the Old Mountain Jug. 9:50 to go, first quarter. Second possession for the Mountaineers, and they'll go to work from their own 20-yard line. If you're just joining us, both teams have had a possession. A big play made by Western Carolina. Had an opportunity at the 34-yard line, and that drive was stalled, and they were forced to punt. So Richie Williams will go back to work with Alan Atwater, the lone back in the backfield.
Man-to-man coverage here. He's checking off at the line of scrimmage. Williams likes what he sees in the secondary.
Williams is back to throw. He pumps it once, and he's going to roll left, and he throws it on the run. And the officials they're going to give him the completion. Kent Briggs is right there working it.
We talk about Williams and his ability to scramble and get out of the pocket. You're going to see this all day long. Not only is he great throwing the ball on the run, but his receivers have been well coached and will work back to the football and try to make a catch.
Yeah, that was Victor Chavis. We had a flag on the play. We'll look at it one more time, Rod.
That ball comes out underneath it.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. That ball was on the ground and maybe all for naught anyway. We have a flag down, and it appears it might be on the Mountaineers.
The ruling on the field, the pass was incomplete. The ball hit the ground. Also on the play, ineligible receiver on the offense downfield, number 76. That penalty is 5 yards, and we'll replay first down.
Kerry Brown was the offensive lineman who was downfield. You take a look at Jerry Moore, really the patriarch of this program, has done a remarkable job in his time at Appalachian State. Richie Williams on first down and 15 from the 15-yard line. It's a shovel pass to Atwater, and he's cut down at the 19-yard line. Very good play by Lamar Beam.
A little inside shovel pass. They didn't do a good job of selling this thing. You know, the offensive linemen are on the ground. They've got to stay on their feet. If your linemen don't get good blocks and sell the thing, you have no chance to make that play successful.
They called it no gain, so it goes 2nd and 15. Just over 9 minutes to go here. 4 wide. And Williams again has room to run, and he's going to run it upfield, and he gets to the 25-yard line. That ball was on the ground. Western saying they've got it. It's just a question of who can hold on to that football. That ball definitely came out before Richie Williams was on the ground, and Western Carolina's got themselves a turnover. The first big play of the day has been made by this defense, Rod, that's been really good all year long.
Well, we talked about the freshman.
The ball was recovered by Western Carolina, first down.
We talked about the freshman Travis Hill, the inside linebacker for Western Carolina, being a playmaker. And here he gets up here, gets after Williams, knocks the ball out. That is a fumble, a contact fumble, a good hit. Quarterbacks always make me nervous when they leave the pocket. They never tuck it away. A great play by Travis Hill to get that ball put on the carpet.
Yeah, Ricky Rainey recovered that, the senior linebacker. A big play for him on senior day. And it looked like Felipe Foster was the first to make contact. Swigert is flush, and he is going to go down. A sack on first down by Appalachian State's defense. Monty Smith, another big play. That's the second big play he's been on already this afternoon in this first quarter, and we're not midway through.
And Monty's playing left end on this defense. He's only 6 feet, 210 pounds, and he's down there on the line of scrimmage making plays. He's got great quickness, plays with outstanding leverage. Even though he's undersized, he does have 6 sacks in the year. He can make plays.
From Shelby, North Carolina, one of the great programs in the state of North Carolina, Crest High School. You mentioned it being undersized at that end position. Swigert on second down, play fake, and he gets it outside. Again, a very good play in pursuit by by Appalachian State. Will bring up a 3rd and long.
It seems to me early in this game, watching Western Carolina on offense, head coach Ken Briggs is trying to fool App State. Instead of directly attacking those guys with the run and down the field passing, we've seen bootleg, we've seen traps, we've seen draws, we've seen quick screens, a lot of different kind of fool you plays. He hasn't lined up yet and declared how he wants to attack this defense, and he's had some lost yardage plays. He's going to have to get this thing figured out and go after App State on offense directly.
Swigert in the shotgun, trips left. And again, a lot of pressure. There is a flag down.
Holding.
And another great defensive stop by Appalachian State's defense. Arthur Olivar was the first man to get to him.
And this is only 4-man pressure. There are only 4 guys rushing the passer. You've got 7 guys dropping into coverage. You should be able to buy enough time to get this ball off. That's just horrible protection.
And Monty Smith was also there, again making his presence felt. Do you think that Kent Briggs, this is the wrong type of attack?
Illegal formation on the offense, not enough men on the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined, 4th down.
Now I understand that Western Carolina's field goal kicker is only completing kicks or making kicks at a 50% clip. However, there is no need to go backwards when you have the ball in field goal range. I don't like some of these deep drops. I don't like some of the wide splits. I don't like some of the wide sets with 5 wide receivers in the game. If you've got the ball in go territory, stay in go territory.
Tim Macy will attempt what will be a 47-yard field goal. Very little breeze.
That's short.
And that attempt is going to come up short. So really a terrific defensive stop by Appalachian State. 6:43 to go, first quarter from Cullowhee, Western and Appalachian State. We'll come back on CSET right after this. welcome you back to Southern Conference football on CSET. With 6:43 to go in the first quarter, we have no score. Appalachian State, 2 very good defensive stops. And Tim Macy just missed a 47-yard field goal, and he was only 7 of 14 rod coming into today, and only 1 of 4 from 40 to 49 yards. So Appalachian State talked about their defense really struggling on the road this year. They have to feel very encouraged by the start they've gotten today.
I think maybe Western Carolina is beating themselves more than App State's making plays. The play selection has been a fool you type of game plan instead of direct attack, and that's what they need to do.
Corner blitz, Richie Williams is flushed. He gets away from it. Atwater with the reception. That's going to be a first down up to the 40-yard line. Very good job by Richie Williams eluding that blitz.
We talked to Western Carolina defensive coordinator Jeff Collins. He says that Williams is at his most dangerous when he beats the blitz, can get in the open field, can make plays with his legs, because his receivers do a fantastic job of working back to the ball. You're going to hear that sound like a broken record, but they do exceptionally well. They're going to find a lane. They're going to create a lane for their quarterback to deliver the football.
And we Fulks gets all the attention, but Williams is statistically in not only the Southern Conference but in the nation 1AA in the top 5 in a number of offensive categories, and he can certainly run the football. He's going to throw the football, and that ball is going to be picked off. The second turnover early in the game in their own territory on the deflection. O.J. Owens with the interception. So again, Western Carolina with another opportunity early in this game to strike first.
On the play, the ball was intercepted and recovered by Western Carolina, first down.
So Richie Williams, he's got a fumble, he's got an interception. Not a great start for him today. And that ball hit his own player.
Yeah, I mean, number 80, Danielle Betts, lets the ball bounce right off his chest bone, but that's a tight end. And as a quarterback, you've got to know, hey, look, I don't need to drill this ball into a tight end. I can just lay it out there. He had plenty of space, a little too much gas in that ball, but you've got to catch it.
Yeah, ball was a little low, but you're right. If you get your hands on it, you got to catch it. Swigert again, he's going to hand that ball off in the shotgun. A very good carry for about 8 yards for Nicholas Wishart. The 5'9", 195-pound sophomore out of Toronto, Ontario. It'll be interesting, Rod, to see how Kent Briggs works the quarterbacks today, because they've had opportunities, and we mentioned the leash being short. And Swigert really hasn't done anything wrong yet, but you got to figure if they don't take advantage of these early opportunities, will we see Hemby? Will we see Clark today?
Well, now we've got the I formation, and the first play of this series was a direct run. The second play of the series is a direct run. I think as the quarterback settle down, I think Ken Briggs is starting to settle down and start to go with the direct runs.
Let's head down to the sidelines, check in with Shannon. Shannon, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, I got to talk to head coach Kent Briggs prior to the game, and he said his defensive plan for today is to stop the Williams-Fulks duo. Fulks only needs 151 yards to get an NCAA record, and if these guys have anything to say about it, it's not going to happen on their watch.
Thank you, Shannon. 3rd and 1. At the 40-yard line, nose of the football just inside the 40. They'll go with the power I. John Bush, the up back. And he'll hand the ball to Bush, and Bush, that's going to be awfully close. He stretches that football ahead. It was more like a yard and a half that they needed for that first down.
Number 95, Omar Byram on the stop of the Mountaineers.
I'll tell you, Rod, that looks that I'll let you take your first guess of the day.
First down, Western Carolina. First down. Well, I tell you what, I like what Tanvar, the offensive coordinator, is doing. I mean, App State is 6th in the conference. They've given up 24 rushing touchdowns on the year.
Yep.
They're giving up 199 yards a game on the ground. I mean, Georgia Southern got them for 324 yards. Why not line up and pound these guys and run the ball at them? You don't need to run bootlegs. You don't need to run screens. We don't need to run bubble screens. We don't need trap plays. We need direct run plays. Make this a physical war.
Well,
App State is young. They have 8 underclassmen starting on that defense. Make it a physical battle.
They were about 6 inches short. They're going to go power football. They bring in the extra tight end.
Quarterback sneak.
Shamar Allen, and Swigert will sneak it. It looks like he's probably got that first down. Did I mention that you were wrong? But it's early in the game. You'll have an opportunity to redeem yourself.
I'll get sharper as this thing goes on.
I don't know.
Now that's how Western Carolina has a chance to stay in this game. Everybody knows about App State's offense, second in the nation in pass offense, averaging 34 points a game. Yes, they can score points. Everybody knows it. How do you win the football game? Hold the football. Do what Georgia Southern did. Hang on to the ball for 38 minutes. Keep that offense on the sidelines, and they can't score on you. See, now they go back to spreading the field and all these wideouts in the game. After just picking up a first down and burning off about 2 minutes of clock. I don't understand it.
We'll take a look around the league, and every single week, particularly for these teams trying to get into the playoffs. This game not featuring one, but Elon deep in the fourth quarter, 24-7 over the Citadel. Western will go to Charlottesville or Charleston next weekend. Furman at Wofford, and they are definitely going to the playoffs on the road at Wofford. Georgia Southern, they certainly are going to go to the playoffs, 53-32. And Liberty in the fourth quarter over UT Chattanooga, one of the more high-scoring teams in this league. And that's the thing about the teams at the top of this league. There's clearly a divide between the upper tier and the lower tier of the Southern Conference.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 on the 38. Swigert will stay in the shotgun, and he throws up. Well, we got a flag down. Michael Reeder on the catch for about a gain of 1. Flag was dropped on the right far sideline. Charles King was pressuring the quarterback. Swigert got it out to Reeder. Kent Briggs is certainly
on the play. Offsides on the defense, number 44. That's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Marcus Morrell, one of the better defensive players for Appalachian State, with a play that drives coaches crazy, Rod. It just doesn't. When a guy is offsides, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they're trying to anticipate the snap count and get a little jump on that ball. But I love the catch by Michael Reeder. He is one of the outstanding receivers in this conference. But, you know, the quarterback situation with guys being injured and playing sophomores and freshmen hasn't allowed him to show his true talent. He's a player.
That ball is complete. First down inside the 20-yard line. And Eddie Cohen is driven out of bounds. That might have been the best throw you've seen from Ben Swigert today.
It was, and number 32, Justin Boze, just got shook out of his shoes over there on the sidelines. But that's a good throw, a confident throw, under duress, delivers the football. Then we got receivers downfield making the play. Here's Swigert, good look at it. Look at that, that's a frozen road. Make a guy miss, get another 4 yards.
This is the deepest penetration all afternoon as we wind down this first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line in the I formation. Swigert's going to throw it to the corner of the end zone. A lot of contact. You got multiple flags. Jerome Touchstone was on that coverage. And he's pleading his case, but I got to believe it's going to be to no avail.
Now, Jerome Touchstone at 5'9", 175, and that's probably very generous on that listing. He might be a little bit more like 5'6". As a former Georgia track star, 200-meter champion, he's got great speed and mobility. But in this case, you can't impede the progress of a wide receiver. And as a former cornerback, I hate seeing those flags, but